produced one of his great goals, and he's scored plenty of them.
Man, that was Karim Benzema, who is currently the FIFA best player in the world, announced there by the Ballon d'Or. Absolutely brilliant, Karim Benzema talking to us, getting us excited about the FIFA World Cup. But as you can see, we are at the Fairway Hotel here at the Rand Park Golf Course, and thank you so much for them to allow us to come and shoot in this absolutely brilliant hotel. But the man is back with us, Coltrane, a man that knows a lot about Rand Park and golf and fine dining here at the Fairway. How are you doing, my brother?
No, I'm good, and you? I mean, good to see you again. Thanks for inviting me to your show.
We were talking about, well, I was talking about Karim Benzema. I mean, what's your view on the whole Ballon d'Or thing? Arsene Wenger once made a statement to say he doesn't like these individual awards, to say that there's one player who's the best player in the world when there's so many talented footballers out there.
Yeah, look, for me, it's just the recognition to say one of the players is the best, but I agree with him in terms of there's a lot of best players. You know, football is a team sport. You know, you don't really make yourself. You need other people to take out your talent and shine.
100%.
So, in an essence, yes, it's good for players to work hard and be recognized.
Yeah.
But I believe the Ballon d'Or, it's so intense.
True.
I agree with it.
True.
So for me as well, I wouldn't like to promote that.
Coltrane doesn't want to promote the Ballon d'Or. But thank you once again to classicshirts.co.za. As you can see, I'm donning a classic shirts from the Arsenal Invincible era. So if you ever wanted a football shirt of maybe back in the day or your favorite team when they were in their glory days, reach out to them and use the off the pitch, the OTP10 promo code and get yourself a classic shirt.co.za is their website. But Coltrane, I mean, your team is flying now. I know there's a bit of a break with the season. How do you think Supersport and just the league is going to be affected by this whole break now with the FIFA World Cup? Is it coming at a good time for you? Some would say maybe not, because Gavin and you guys are on a bit of a run.
Yeah, look, for us, you're so right. It doesn't come right for us.
It doesn't.
We elected to play every week in, week out, because we're on a roll. You know? And then, you know, when the more you play, the more the players get match fit, and the more understand what the coach wants.
Confidence.
And you know, Gavin came up, and then I always say there's nothing you change at Supersport United. It was just the winning mentality. To say, believe in yourself, we can do this. And then we just wanted to bring what he did in 2007, 2008, when we win the triple. You know, he said, we can do it. I've done it with no-name brands, and you guys, they say you are no-name. Let's go and do it. And, you know,
no name.
We're balancing this thing. You know,
what has he done differently, Coltrane? Or is it not necessarily that he's done something different? Someone was saying to me off air that it's just, you know, there's certain managers that come back to a team and, you know, he just has that relationship with the club and he just gets the best out of the existing play, because he hasn't necessarily, or you guys haven't bought, you know, a wealth of players that maybe is the difference. He's just has a good association with the club, and the results are coming.
Look, it comes down to player management. He managed the players better. He ensured that they do what he wants. As we say, we didn't buy a lot of players. We just promoted youngsters from
100%.
DDC to come up and play and joining with 3-4 legends or elders there. You know, the Tlatwayo and them and the Bash and they're gelling together. They're gelling nicely, the players. And then, as I said, it's only about the character, the winning mentality. Go and fight. Go and make yourself. It's self-belief.
I'm seeing a happy Gavin Hunt. I mean, even on social media, he's cracking jokes. In his interviews, when he was asked about the derby, he was like, why are you asking me about a derby? I'm now Supersport manager. But he's coming with jokes. I'm seeing a happy Gavin Hunt, and ultimately that's seeing a happy Supersport, because he's happy, it's translated to the
Manu,
players.
I'll ask you a question. There was never a coach who was never happy at Supersport United. This is the environment we create, you know, at the backroom level to ensure that everybody, he does his job to his best. You know, it's a happy camp. That's one thing for sure that we always try to do, is to have a happy camp and give the resources to the coach. Obviously, on a limited resources, but make what you use best. What you have, make it best.
But Coltrane, I hear what you're saying. 16 teams, everyone gets to vote, gets to participate. 4 teams play in a tournament, FNB Stadium. But now, for the other 12 teams, should the league not potentially come up with another tournament or an extended tournament which allows the other teams to also have competitive football within this break, rather than each club having to do their own thing and find games that they can play.
Yeah, look, Manu, this is the launch of the tournament of the Carling Cup.
Sure.
I believe next year we're gonna have back the telecom setup. Where all 16 teams they play.
Yeah.
This was just the launch for this year due to the World Cup break.
I see.
So it killed everything. So in the next season we're gonna have everybody participating.
Okay.
So there's no need for that. But for this year, yes, we have to stomach and find yourself and look for something to keep your players busy and fit.
Yeah. So is there going to be now pressure now on Gavin, the fact that he set himself up very well coming into the World Cup? I mean, I think in third position now.
Yeah.
Now the next, I mean, the season is kind of broken into two. What's the pressure like? What's the mood in the camp? I mean, is there a lot of positivity now that he could do something special this season?
Yeah, look, I mean, the pressure's always there.
Yeah.
I mean, but from the office, we say there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Just keep us on top 4. That's what we want to like to have.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a coach, as a player, you always want to challenge and win the league. I know they really want it.
Yes.
And it's almost there. I mean, we should have finished second, you know, conceding a goal in the last 3 minutes. It's very disappointing. And then, but I know Gavin says, no, we're going for it. We're going to go for it. If Sundown slips, everybody expecting Sundowns to win. But we're there for it.
The man, Mr. Munyai Swag. We're going to talk about everything golf in segment 2. Still here with Coltrane Munyai. Stay tuned. That was the 2021 Munyai Swag with Coltrane Munyai. Looking forward to seeing what is happening in the 2022 edition. You're still here on Off the Pitch. Coltrane, that was just some snippets, pictures now of what happened last year. I mean, we're at Rand Park. I don't know if you're going to be staying at the fairway on that day. Afterwards, you'll be tired. What's people to look forward to this year? I mean, people want to be traveling from Cape Town to obviously come and participate. Exciting times.
You said it so nicely. You know, it's gone. I say come and see Munyai Swag this year, 2022, the 8th year. Something bigger coming. I even saw I've got about 12 Swaziland players coming, so I'm going international. I've got 2 Zimbabweans. I've got 3 Botswana guys. So
the tournament is growing.
Yeah, it's growing itself. You know, the Cape Townians. I don't know if you know the school called Cape Townian Pros. They're coming as well. So. You know, your show, the Cape Townians will be here as well. So it's a nice touch. And I said something bigger is coming. And last time you asked me, I think we're coming bigger and the sponsor is coming. I'm going to announce it after next week.
That's right.
So it's nice. And we'll be staying here at the fairway. You know, they are the partners of Munyai Swag as well as part as Rand Park. You know, they give prices. So I'm encouraging everybody to come and see.
A lot of females as well. I mean, we obviously saw last year the female representation in South Africa with regards to golf is growing. And black golf, I mean, I saw stats recently that within golf in South Africa, there's more black players now than white players. And if you look at the demographics of our country, it makes sense. Are you seeing that a lot in this tournament, that female golf is growing, black representation is dominating?
When I started Munyai Swag, it's 8 years now. When we started, for the first 5 years, we never had women. I started with 4 ball, and then now, I mean, last year I had 20 women. So definitely it's growing. I'm looking to see at least 40 this year. You know, and then it's growing. And as you said, the sport is growing among us, the blacks, and then we need to take advantage because we are the majority. So it makes no sense, and then that's why one of my things is to ensure that you know, we get exposed, and then we've got a footprint into the golf.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, give you the exposure. give you the platform. Make sure that, you know, in Cape Town, people know that, look, you want to play golf in Johannesburg, you want to come stay at the fairway. There is a tournament, what is it, on the 15th?
Yes, it's on the 15th of December. Okay. What we touched base that the people who want to come and play, like even from Cape Town with the fairway, we've got a good rate. You know, you're not going to pay what they're charging you. Just speak to Coltrane, we'll make sure that you got like at least like 30%, you know, discount.
100%.
Then it's a good one. And it's time to come to Gauteng and then explore Gauteng, and then we entertain you at Munyai Swag.
Definitely. Coltrane, let's switch now to your tournament, to the big one. That's the NGC 2020. It's been, what, 3 years without the Nedbank Golf Challenge. We spoke earlier about the Carling Cup and fans back in stadium. There was a derby recently. We spoke obviously about sports being back in South Africa. The Nedbank Golf Challenge, a South African won it previously. What are you expecting from this year's edition?
Look, I mean, it's being hunger of golf, you know, at the top level, you know, as you said, 3 years without it. And then this is a flagship tournament that we have in Africa, you know, and then we're saying all the internationals are coming, and as you know, that Tommy Fleetwood won it the last time.
He did. He'll be there this year.
Yeah, the exciting part is coming to defend his. And, you know, we've got the Richies, you know, Steyn and all these top South Africans to come and play, and then, you know, it's gonna be a good weekend down there in Sun City, you know, playing for $1 million. I mean, this is a good money, this is a good prize, it's a good event, you know, and then it's putting South Africa on the map.
It's important that a South African wins in South Africa, or what's your view around it?
For me, I would like a South African to win it, you know, bring it home, let it stay in home. Let's keep the money here, you know what they say, let's rotate it here, and then it's very good. But I see the South Africans are there in numbers, so hopefully, you know, home ground advantage will work for us.
From a sponsorship point of view, it seems like Nedbank are holding on to this property for long. I mean, are you seeing potentially in the next couple of years other brands wanting to own this property, or do you think if you were Nedbank executive, you'd be saying, no, look, this is our property, we never want to let it go, it's the flagship of golf, and our naming rights must remain forever?
Look, if I'm Nedbank, I wouldn't let it go. You know, to be honest, this is give you more than enough mileage, you know, and then it touches the continent, touches the world, you know. So your brand is out there. So, but it's more for competition, you know, it's open for everyone. But I think Nedbank more clever, they won't wait until the contract ends. They'll always want to renew. But I'm saying if you are a brand there, you want to do well, go to Nedbank, go to golf, and then you'll touch the continent and the international world.
Absolutely brilliant. But Coltrane, you are arriving, what, Thursday? You're going to be there for the whole period? You're going to be in Marquee, VIP, you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, no, I'll be in Sun City next week. I will go down on Thursday there and stay for the whole 4 days there and watch the pros. You know, this is the second sport that I love, you know, besides football. This is to reflect, you know, football gives me stress. I go to golf to de-stress. You know?
To de-stress. And just lastly, before we let you go, during this break in general, obviously you're going to be at the golf. What else is Coltrane going to be up to within the world of sports, given this break? The World Cup is coming to disrupt. You were mentioning your season. You guys were on a roll. Let's hope you come back, you know, come back stronger. But in this break, what do you want to impart on your players, that how they should be viewing this break? Because it's something that doesn't really happen in the football.
No, look, Mano, as you say, we're doing well, but it's time again to look at ourselves. How better can we be? So we gave the players that off to say, go back and check on yourself. That do we really deserve to be on the third spot? We should be second. We should be first. Why can't we be there? So it's a matter of,
Sundowns,
you know,
who are still punching.
But the field is the same. The field is flat. It's 4 corners. So
to 11 players.
Yes, go there and compete. Let it. I was saying of the field with one of your colleagues to say, I'm definitely sure Sundowns mustn't win this like 10 points difference, like 15. We need to compete and show that.
But I mean, we've already seen this season, they obviously did not win and are not going to win the MTN 8. So it's already, I mean, they're dominant of the last 3 seasons. Maybe, who knows, there's going to be tighter competition.
It's going to be very tight. I mean, by this time they played like 12 games, they've already lost 2 games. So it's telling you something that, you know, and the gap is closing slowly. So we want to be part of that, closing the gap.
Thank you so much. Coltrane, looking forward to seeing you after the Nedbank Golf Challenge. That's Coltrane talking about all things sports. So look forward to Mpho 1010, who's back with us here. We're still at the Fairway Hotel. Stay tuned for segment 3. Thanks for staying with us here on Off the Pitch. And don't forget, use classickits.co.za. And the code is OTP10 to get yourself, who knows, man, maybe a classic shirt like the one I have here. That's But the man is back in town. Paul 1010. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You love the new setting. I mean, I don't know how your golf
enjoying
is, but Rand Park is treating us very nicely today.
I'm enjoying my golf, brother. Really well. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, just getting there, trying to be a scratch golfer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in the first segment, we're obviously speaking to Coltrane, all things football. Then obviously we touched on a lot about golf. But you're here to talk to us about cricket. I mean, talk to us about the T20 next year, January. Can't wait. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. New format. What's going on with regards to cricket next year?
Yeah, so we've started a new IPL-like tournament called the SA20. For all those who remember, cricket followers remember the Mzansi Super League.
Yes,
this is a revamped version of the Mzansi Super League, but we've managed to get IPL owners, team owners to come and buy teams in South Africa. So, for instance, in Cape Town, the Mumbai Indians have bought, the owner bought the Cape Town side. They'll be called MI Cape Town, Mumbai Indians Cape Town. And we've got many other franchises that have bought, and we've had an auction already, and now we're just going into a situation where the tournament starts in January. All the best players in South Africa have been bought for money, and that money that
talk to us about that. I mean, the money and the auction. How does that all work?
So,
it's super exciting.
Yeah. So each player avails themselves to be part of the auction, and then they'll bring up the name in the auction, and the teams will bid on the player.
Okay.
That price that that eventual price that the player gets is going to be their salary for the season. So, for instance, Sisanda Magala, who plays for the Lions, he then his bidding price went up to 5 million. Jeez. So he's going to come out of the and that's the great thing about this tournament, is that it's now giving money back into a sport that necessarily hasn't been able to generate the money. We know what's happened with Cricket South Africa.
You and I were talking off air about that. I mean, is this now your way of saying, you know, sponsors, brands, fans as well are now getting back into cricket in a big way? Because I was a bit concerned about South African cricket and where it's going. I mean, obviously in the last couple of years, it hasn't been in a good situation. But in your view, is now South African cricket and just the whole brand rejuvenated because of
this tournament is partly owned by Cricket South Africa, but a lot of the profits that are coming are going to go back into Cricket South Africa. But this is an alternative model where we're now looking to essentially the Indian market to try and get, because cricket is all in India.
Massive
They've got 1
cricket
billion
market,
people. So if you can give them a product with players that they like out of South Africa, they love South African players, that they can follow, because they watch cricket, they watch any form of cricket. You can then build on that and then generate money, bring in sponsors. And so far, obviously, it's been international sponsors, Indian sponsors. The broadcast rights have gone to Viacom, which is
actually
an Indian
touch
company.
on that. You were mentioning that news just broke, that new partner with regards to broadcast. How's that going to work? How can people access this?
So it's a 10-year. So people can access it on Supersport. South Africans can do that. But for international audience, especially in India, it'll be Viacom. It's 10-year. It's a 10-year deal, so it's very lucrative. And this gives the league 10 years to run. Essentially, it guarantees that, and it also guarantees the money. The owners have paid will pay a fee to the league every year. They'll also guarantee the players' salaries. And now it's just up to SA20 to now get more sponsors on advertising and everything else. Because a lot of the thing with Cricket South Africa is people never knew what was going to come. And they never trusted Cricket South Africa. And so this is a nice way to bring them back into cricket in South Africa. It's a little bit of a left field alternative option, using T20 to kind of rejuvenate the rest of the sport.
I see.
And we hope that.
But the sport needed that, in your opinion, where it kind of was stale at the moment, but it seems like this is definitely going to be the boost.
No, obviously with the controversy that's been happening over the past couple of years, and the changes in the SJN and everything else, a lot of sponsors have been running, South African sponsors have been running away from cricket. This is one thing where everyone now wants to be in. You know, and so it's a great thing to try and bring them back and to try and grow the sport. The only problem is that it's the shortest format of the game. A lot of purists may not like it. But it's the way in which we can kickstart cricket back in South Africa. And January next year, the tickets are coming out. If you're in Cape Town, if you're in Paarl.
Talk to us about the tickets. I mean,
so the tickets
price range. I mean, do we know that
they'll
yet?
They'll be reasonable. They'll be probably just under 100 rand. I think they just need fans in the stands to create the atmosphere. But look, you get the best players in the world. You get Steve Brevis, Kagiso Rabada in Cape Town. You're going to get Joss Butler in Paarl with Owen Morgan, the former English captain. And so we're building teams that are that are probably the best in the world.
Yeah.
Deval Brevis, who scored 162 earlier this week.
Yeah.
For the Titans, he's playing in Cape Town for MI Cape Town, and so those are the type of things that you can watch.
And Paul, I mean, we've seen sports is really back in this country and worldwide. I mean, we've seen obviously, I mean, the Carling Black Label that's obviously coming. We touched on it with Coltrane. Fans are going to be there. The derby happened obviously last week. Fans are back. Nedbank Golf Challenge we touched on with Coltrane. So from a cricket point of view, in terms of having people back and excited to watch sports, this is it. This is what's on the calendar as we end the year.
Yes, it is on the calendar. It's just when sports
even
started,
the birds are excited.
I know. But for me, I think cricket fans have been slow to come to the stadiums.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get them. The CSA T20 is also happening around this time.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to get fans in.
Sure.
So the Proteas are going to be in Australia for December. So there's not going to be cricket in our stadiums.
Yes.
And so in that, it's going to be it's been quite hard for the CSA and the administrators, but we're hoping that with SA20, the excitement that's going to be built, the owners of these teams are willing to build massive fan followings. You can even see on social media the teams are engaging with a couple of the fans who are aligning themselves with the different teams in different cities. And so we're hoping to bring that IPL model that has been so successful, that has broadcast rights that have tripled over the period that the IPL has been in over the last 15 years into South Africa, and try to build something here that looks like IPL but has a South African flavor that can generate money in a point where we're no longer are talking about no, CSA doesn't
exactly, because
CSA doesn't have sponsors, and hopefully that will also bring the fans to the stadium, because now you're getting the world's best players. You get Alex Hales, Josh Butler,
and that's what people want to see ultimately.
You know, and that brings fans to the stadium, younger cricketers, to be able to see their stars. So
but Paul, chatting everything here, SA20, but I can't let you go without asking you about the FIFA World Cup. We're going to have a break. 2 more games obviously to go. What do you think is going to happen quickly? And your predictions for maybe the final, or who you'd like to go the furthest?
It looks like it's a Brazil.
It's a Brazil. Okay, so you're not even giving me 2 teams.
No, look, I think teams are going to be struggling with injuries.
Yeah.
And I think the one team that has enough players around the world that are Brazilian.
Is Brazil.
Yeah, and if you look at that 55-man squad that they have and the guys they have, I think they can do it.
Thank you
so much. But
there'll
be some, like Belgium will always be there. The Dutch might come through. Germany might come through, because they seem to not have a lot of injuries right now. So, but
I see Paul's not mentioning Argentina, but hey, maybe the man doesn't like Messi. Who knows?
I do like him, just not this time.
Paul 1010, thank you so much, obviously, for your time today, and for you at home for watching. Thank you once again to classicshirts.co.za, and check them out, man. You could be donning some of your favorite tops of back in the day. That's classicshirts.co.za. And thanks to everyone who made the show possible. We'll see you same time, same place next week. We out.